Welcome back to my YouTube channel Coins Collectibles Hub. PK, today we are going to explore one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in American history, the 1980 Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny. This 1-cent coin has been in continuous production since 1909 and holds a deep historical and numismatic legacy that stretches across more than a century. The year 1980 stands out as a significant marker in the series because it represents a transitional period in coinage technology, economy, and the evolution of American coin design. The 1980 Lincoln penny features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States, who is often remembered for his leadership during the Civil War and for signing the Emancipation Proclamation, which paved the way for the abolition of slavery in the country. His image first appeared on the penny in 1909 to mark the centennial of his birth, and it was the first time a real person appeared on regular U.S. coinage designed by Victor David Brenner. The original portrait remains largely unchanged over the decades, and in 1980 it was still in use with slight modifications in engraving details and relief height that reflect the minting technology of the era. The obverse of the 1980 Lincoln cent shows Lincoln facing to the right with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1980, along with a mint mark below the date, which could be D for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia. The reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to replace the original wheat ears that adorned the reverse from 1909 to 1958. The memorial reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo and includes the words "United States of America e pluribus unum" and 1 cent. The memorial itself is highly detailed, and if you look closely you can even see a tiny representation of the seated statue of Lincoln within the columns. This design detail connects the two sides of the coin in a symbolic and artistic manner that celebrates Lincoln's enduring legacy. The 1980 Lincoln penny was struck in large quantities at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints and features the copper alloy composition that had been used since 1962. Specifically, the coin is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, and it weighs 3.11 grams. It is important to note that this composition would only last until 1982, when the U.S. Mint transitioned to a primarily zinc core with a copper plating to reduce the rising costs of copper production and preserve the economic efficiency of minting lower denomination coins. Thus, the 1980 penny stands as one of the final years of full copper composition and holds significance among collectors for its metal content as well as its historical placement in the timeline of American coinage. Another important aspect of the 1980 Lincoln penny is the presence of strong clear strikes and quality dies, especially from the Denver Mint. Many of these coins remain in circulation today, and finding one in high mint state condition is not overly difficult. However, coins with full original, luster-sharp details and minimal contact marks are still prized by collectors and can fetch premium values if graded by third-party services such as PCGS or NGC within the coin collecting community. The Lincoln cent series is one of the most widely collected in the world due to its longevity, affordability, and historical depth. Many collectors start with Lincoln cents because they are accessible and represent a broad timeline of American history. The 1980 penny fits squarely into this timeline and serves as a perfect example of late 20th century minting practices during the 1980s. As the United States was undergoing significant political, economic, and cultural shifts. Inflation and interest rates were high, the Cold War tensions were at their peak, and the American people were looking for stability and leadership, much like during Lincoln's own time. These parallels add a layer of symbolic value to the Lincoln penny and make it more than just a coin, but a cultural and historical artifact. The production quality of the 1980 penny is generally good, though like many mass produced coins, it can suffer from issues such as die fatigue, weak strikes, and planchet inconsistencies. Collectors often seek out examples with strong Lincoln details, especially around the hair, beard, and coat lines, as well as crisp reverse features including the steps and columns of the Lincoln Memorial. The fields of the coin should be smooth and lustrous with minimal spotting or discoloration errors, and varieties in the 1980 penny are also of great interest to numismatists. These can include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped plankets, and other anomalies that occurred during the minting process. While not as common as some other years, there are still notable errors from 1980 that command attention and value within the market. Another compelling reason to study and collect the 1980 penny is its role in educational and outreach programs. Coin collecting organizations and school programs often use Lincoln cents to teach about American history, economics, and metallurgy. The 1980 version provides a concrete example of how even small coins can carry significant meaning and offer a window into the past. Furthermore, the Lincoln Penny series has always been a place where American coin engraving and design trends have been tested and refined. And in 1980, we see the continuation of the traditional aesthetic before the major changes that came in the 2000s, such as the Lincoln Bicentennial series introduced in 2009, when the reverse design was again changed to mark the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1980 penny thus captures the last stretch of a design era and holds a place of transition between the Lincoln Memorial reverse is that it showcases a monument built in the early 20th century dedicated to the very figure depicted on the Obverse, creating a dual tribute to one of America's most revered leaders. This design connection adds depth and visual harmony to the coin and reminds us of the influence Lincoln continues to have on American values, law, and culture in terms of availability and market trends. The 1980 Lincoln penny remains very accessible in circulated condition, but its value increases significantly in higher grades, especially in red designations, which indicate full mint luster with no signs of brown toning over time. Collectors may also look for rolls of uncirculated 1980 pennies, as these can be great for searching for high-grade examples or error varieties and offer a practical and rewarding way to build a collection over time. For those with a deeper interest in coin metallurgy and economic history, the 1980 Lincoln penny can serve as a focal point for studying the effects of rising metal costs, government minting policy, and the balance between tradition and innovation in coin production. The eventual shift to zinc composition just 2 years later was a major decision, and coins like the 1980 issue reflect the last chapter of an era when copper ruled the cent. The 1980 Lincoln penny also provides a bridge to studying political history, with Lincoln's legacy being a focal point in understanding how the United States honors its presidents through currency. His image has become symbolic of American unity, sacrifice, and moral leadership, and his continued presence on the penny reinforces the enduring power of these ideals. Whether you are a beginner just getting into coin collecting or a seasoned numismatist looking to explore every nuance of a seemingly common coin, the 1980 Lincoln penny offers a wealth of learning stories and collecting opportunities. In this video, we will also cover how to identify key varieties, how to assess condition using grading scales, how to store and protect your collection, and how to spot genuine coins from counterfeits or altered pieces. We will explore auction trends, market pricing, and share insights from leading numismatic experts on what makes a coin like the 1980 penny not just a coin, but a collectible worth preserving and studying. Join us as we take a deep look into the mintage, design, cultural significance, and collecting strategies for the 1980 Lincoln cent. And stay tuned to Digital Coins PK for more deep dives into the world of historic coins and the stories they tell through metal art and time.